Video we will learn how to find out the minimum cost of production from the given production function and the factor prices. The question is calculate the minimum cost of producing 100 units of output by a firm given its production function is Q is equal to Q is a function of capital and labor which is equal to 2K plus L with the unit factor prices that is the rental rate of capital is equal to 1 and the wage rate is 2. Okay, so what is our endeavor? We want to minimize the cost. What is the cost function? That is wage rate times units of labor employed plus rental rate of capital times number of capital units employed, subject to the constraint that is 2K plus L is equal to 100. This is our production function and we set it equal to the 100, which is the units of production to be produced. So for optimality, what we do in case of the what we call the constrained optimization problem, we equate the marginal rate of substitution between labor and capital with the ratio of the input prices, that is price of labor upon price of capital. Okay, and here price of labor is W and price of capital is R. That means this condition must hold, that is the ratio of the marginal product of labor and capital should be equal to the input prices. Okay, now let us find out marginal product of labor, that is the partial derivative of the production function with respect to L. So derivative of L is 1, so we are left with 1 only divided by MPK means partial derivative with respect to K, so we are left with 2 should be equal to the wage rate upon rental rate of capital, which is 2 upon 1. 2 upon 1. Okay, here we can see 1 upon 2 is not equal to 2 upon 1. So here we have 0.5 cannot be equal to 2. So what happens here? If I draw the simple graph and if you see closely, we have labor on the horizontal axis, capital on the vertical axis. So we want to minimize the cost. Production constraint is given. Okay, so what is the slope of the production constraint or the slope of the isocount? Since the slope of the isocount is this, the ratio of the marginal product of labor and capital, and we calculated it as 0.5. Okay, so let me draw 0.5. So let us say 0.5 is 1 upon 2, so it will be like this. This is our what we call slope of the isocount. Now with the given isocount production constraint, we want to minimize the cost. Now what is the slope of the isocost line? That is wage rate upon rental rate of capital, W upon R, which is 2 upon 1, which is 2. The slope of the isocost line is 2. That means isocost line is steeper than the isocount line. So this is our isocost line, this is our isocount line. So here you can see slope of isocount is less than the isocost line. So with the given production constraint, we want to minimize the cost. So slope is 2, so can I write it 1 can be like this. So since it is steeper, so we will go like this. These are our isocost lines. Now where will be the cost minimizer? Here you can see the isocost line touches the isocost line at one of the corner pointers. That means this point will be the point of optimality. And what happens at this point? You can see at this point capital is equal to 0. We don't use capital is equal to 0. So in case of, since we have the isocost line given us as WL plus RK, okay, and specifically we don't use capital for the production function for producing 100 units of output, because at this point K is equal to 0. So if K is equal to 0, if k is equal to 0, if we plug k is equal to 0 in this constraint, so what happens? So k is equal to 0, that means L will be equal to 100, L will be equal to 100. So we are using 100 units of labor to produce the 100 units of output. Now what will be the minimum cost? Let us find out. So minimum cost will be equal to C is equal to W. W is being given us as 2. So we have 2 times units of labor that we find out as 100 plus R is 1. 1 times units of capital employed is 0. So the minimum cost of production will be 200 in this case, because we have the linear production function and it touches the iso counter at x-axis. That means we produce using all units of labor and 0 units of capital. I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you.